Yes, it's a good morning, a good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you may see this video. Today I want to relate about how I got saved, my salvation journey. It was so funny how God arranged it. Actually, at that time, I was just a youth. And so I was attending a church that periodically holds retreats. So most times we go for retreats. And so this particular time, my parents, it was Easter, which was a time where we had holidays and time to rest. But my parents had arranged us, prepared us for the retreats. For me, I just decided, okay, being that it is mandatory that I'll be at the retreat, I'll just go there and spend the time there, and before you know it, will be back home. But I never knew that God had arranged an encounter for us. On getting to the program, we just decided that we'll just be there. Even when the messages were going on, I cannot even remember any of the messages. We were just there wishing that the days would just roll by. The first day went without anything. The messages were going on and we were there. Then the second day, something dramatic, something serious happened. As we were seated together in the camp meeting, we just heard one of the buildings collapse, and everybody was like wanting to know what has happened. Right at the background, we're hearing shouts of a girl. A girl was just shouting and screaming on top of her voice, and they told us not to move an inch. And so we sat back, and after that day, the next day was testimony time. When we gathered again for testimony time, the young girl that later stepped on the podium, and she was so happy. She was so, in fact, she was just narrating her experience, and that was how she told us how she belonged to the marine world, and she gave us details. In fact, all she was saying was so convincing. All her encountered in the marine world, she was just narrating them, and so everybody was like, we knew it was true, because when somebody is relating something that is true. And so after the testimony, the prayer warriors, they asked everybody to sit down, and they started deliverance prayer. Before you know it, we discovered that half of the camp, they were manifesting. You could see people moving like animals. You could see people screaming like animals. And so when the message of salvation came, it was a platform that gave us opportunity to want to give our lives to Christ. It was not our parents pushing us, go out and give your life to Christ, go and confess. It happened naturally, because we were sure that there was something called the Lord. And so that's in that program, that was where I gave my life to Christ. And ever since then, it has been a beautiful journey.